Manchester United 3, Coventry City 3. And listen, yes, United went through on penalties. But if you are a United fan and you are happy right now with that performance, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you because, yes, goals from Maguire, Bruno, and McTominay gave United a 3-goal lead against a championship side in Coventry. And we let that 3-0 lead slip. Goals from Sims, O'Hare, and Wright made the game 3-3. Listen, if anything, you can argue it was a game of two halves. In the first half, United had a bit more control of the game. In the second half, though, Coventry really came into it a lot more. I understand that. But United today struggled, in my opinion, against a championship team that they should really be beaten. And today, I'm going to be saying some things that a lot of you might not agree with. I'm going to be talking about certain players that, for me, simply are not good enough to be here, simply are not good enough to even start. And some of these players might even be your favorites. And I'm just going to say this on this channel. I'm going to say what I see and never just how I feel. Objectivity, yeah? Some of these players are just not good. Some of these forwards that we've just bought, some of these strikers that we've just bought, we've seen enough now to put our feelings to the side and just say what we actually see, right? Some of these players are not good enough, and I'm going to talk about it today. The manager, I think I'm going to say this now. Rather than keep saying I don't like the manager's approach, rather than keep saying I don't like the way the manager sets up, and I don't like his style of play, I'm just going to say I don't like the manager's not good. I think I'm at the stage now where I'm going to say I think Manchester United Football Club would be better served if we changed the manager. So there's a lot I'm going to talk about today, as you can see. There's a lot I need to get off my chest. Yes, we're going to talk about the game because this channel is all about the game. You know, we don't talk about transfers and ifs and buts. We just talk about the game. We say what we see on this channel, not how we feel. We analyze the match. But I'm going to talk about some players, you know, some wingers as well that have a lot of following. And I don't know why, because when you use your eyes and objectively watch them play, they're not that good. So yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. As usual, smash the like, turn on your notifications, subscribe if you can. This is a brand new channel. I say brand new, it's been going on for a while. Grab your drink, grab your smoke, whatever you're doing, just chill out, man. This is the post-match debrief where we just come here and we relax, have a chat, talk about the game, you know, talk about the starting lineup. Let's breeze through the starting lineup as I often do on this channel. I can't say any more about how I'd like us to play with Amad Diallo and the style of football that I'd like us to play, but I'm surprised that, you know, I think the manager was making excuses already before the game started about not having centre-backs and so on and so forth. And without having centre-backs, I mean, regardless of who we had, we should be beating Coventry, I think, in my opinion. So Bruno, McTominay, Manu in the midfield, Maguire, Casemiro, centre-back, Dalot on the right, Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the left. Listen, this playing Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the left thing, I guess he keeps persisting with it. Do you know what? I'm surprised Aaron's not doing that badly on the left. Let's just say that. But I'm still surprised he's doing it. Why doesn't he just put Dalot on the left and Aaron on the right? I don't understand. Maybe because they invert. I don't know why he's persisting with that. But Rashford and Hojlund, Garnacho up front, not my choice of front three. And we're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about it because I think there's a lot of feelings with football, and there's a lot of I want people to do well rather than, listen, these guys are not that good. There's a lot of hope, it's football's religion at the end of the day, and we know that. And some of these players that we've just bought, Yeah, it's not it. They're not it. They're not it. But the game. Okay, let's talk about the game now. So how I saw the game went in the first half how I thought it would go. United start usually very quickly. That's how the manager wants us to play. He wants us to play a heavy metal, very aggressive transition style football. He said it many, many times. We say it many, many times on the video. The manager comes out and says it. So that's the style of football he wants to play, not my style of football. Every team has to be good on the transition, but that can't just be your game. You need to be able to keep the ball and keep rotating the ball until you find an opening. You need to be able to be patient as well as play in a very frantic style. And we only know how to play that frantic style of football. But as usual, in the beginning of games, we start very quickly, very aggressively on the front foot. We had a few moments on the wings, Rashford and Garnacho, either creating space for others or creating their own space and coming infield or coming outfield. So first 5 or 6 minutes, I thought, okay, cool. Okay, I see we could find joy out on the wings. That's clearly a space that, we're going to utilize rather than through the middle. And Garnacho should really have scored in the first 5, 6 minutes from the flick on. And I think he missed the ball completely. And Garnacho is one of the other ones where I'm glad that he's under the spotlight. And the reason why I'm glad that he's under the spotlight is because I think he hasn't earned his stripes. And I think he's somehow been thrust as this really great superstar boy in front of our eyes when he hasn't really proven it. He hasn't done enough to justify. And I feel like football's reached a time where it's just about stardom. It's not really about how good you are. And the quality of football is now, compared to back then, isn't that high anyway. So he hasn't done enough to deserve the status that he somehow got at United and to be playing the games he's been playing. Because forget, the fact that he's scored a few goals here or there, especially at the beginning of the season. Objectively, watch him play football. He usually makes the wrong decision. He's not that good. He's he's quick, he's dynamic, but I don't think he has a great footballing IQ. Like, if you look at his attributes and if you were to just count footballing attributes, I don't know, short passing, long passing, shooting ability, technique, he's not that, in my opinion, that great. And he might live off that overhead kick for a long time, right? He might live off that overhead kick. But I don't rate the kid as highly as a lot of people rate the kid because I just try to look at him objectively and I do not think technically he's that great. I think he's very quick, dynamic, he's direct. But how many times does he beat his man? Yeah, there's a lot of feelings towards Garnacho that are not really backed up with as much objectivity as it should be, you know. But in terms of the game, going back to the game, guys, that's my opinion of Garnacho, and that is some truth. That is, a lot of you might not agree, and if you disagree, of course, just let me know, comment below. But yeah, the first 10 minutes, you saw Casemiro and Maguire coming out literally camped in Coventry's half. All our players was in their half at one point, trying to probe, but Coventry were very compact. They dropped deep very quickly, didn't really allow too much space. Even though we got a little bit of space, I think they did well. They didn't press us. And I think that was clearly a tactic from Coventry. Why would you press United? Why would you come out and leave gaps? So clearly their goal was to sit deep, absorb the pressure, and to hit us on the counter-attack, which most teams do when they're playing against a team that's not, that is better than them. Hit them on a break, play counter-attacking football. And they were sitting deep. United, we had our sort of back three build up where we have Kobe dropping in, we have Maguire, Casemiro splitting, And I think that worked okay this match because both Maguire, Kobe Mainu, and Casemiro are comfortable on the ball. And having Casemiro at centre back, it was good as you can imagine in terms of attacking wise because he's able to play out from the back better than Varane and better than all the centre backs we have. But from a defensive point of view, perhaps Varane's positioning would have been better than Casemiro's positioning in some of the opportunities that United conceded. But that's what happens when you play a midfielder in defence. It's a trade-off, right? Win some, you lose some, and that leads me perfectly to the point I'm trying to make. Like Casemiro's ball, I think it was around the 18th minute, 20th minute when Casemiro played a lovely pass to Rashford. He chested it down. He should have really done better, and he kicked it wide. I think the keeper actually made a slight save, but we weren't given the corner. But that's what I'm saying. That ball from Casemiro is the point I'm trying to make. His ability and his composure at the back helped us today, especially in the first half. Of course, he's not a defender, so he's perhaps you can argue, like I said, his positioning hindered United as well. But I mean, the goal was kind of coming, to be honest, and the goal was scored from Scott McTominay, and for me, the goal almost perfectly summed up Hojlund so far for me this season. And I'm going to say this about Hojlund, and once again, if you guys disagree, I want to know why you disagree, because this is what I just see with my eyes. McTominay's goal was a really good goal. Dallow's cross into the box. McTominay, to be honest, in terms of strikers' instincts and instincts in the box, he's got a really good instincts, right? He does. Like, you can say, technically, once again, McTominay is not the greatest, and of course, you can't lie, he's not the greatest technically. One thing he does have is a bit of instincts in the box. That's more than I can say about our actual striker, Hojlund. And I know people are going to come out and say he's young, he's this and he's that, right? If he's all these things, people want to use age when they feel like using age, right? There's a lot of strikers that at the age of 21, his age, were miles better technically. Because I'm just going to talk about technical stuff, yeah? I'm going to talk about fundamentals, footballing fundamentals. His ability, first and foremost, to hold up the ball is not that great for his age. He doesn't need to be strong. He doesn't need to be quick, but just his first touch often is less to be desired. His second touch often is less to be desired. His short passing ability is not that great. The little I've seen of his long pass game is not that great. For me, his reading of the game and where he needs to be is not that good. His positioning awareness and spatial awareness, from what I've seen with my eyes, is not that good. His striker's instinct, as I've demonstrated with Scott McTominay, is not that good. He doesn't hold the ball up well and really bring others into play well, right? When he shoots, he often falls over. He's often on the floor. He's often falling over when he swings his foot, which means something's wrong with his technique, obviously. So these are the objective things that we are seeing, not emotional things. We're just seeing these. We are seeing these things. Our eyes are telling us these things, and these are fundamental things. He's not a very good. He's a good athlete. He's very quick. He's got good power on his shot. I think he's got a decent accuracy on his shot. Maybe he's not Mason Greenwood. I mean, not many are. He's an athlete, and for someone who cost 72 million, I just feel like not enough is being said about him because of insert reasons below. But that's just me objectively assessing this guy. He's not that good. Can these fundamental things, and there are more that I haven't mentioned, can these things be improved on? At this stage, no, not really. Some of them can, but not really. I'm just saying. So we'll see. We'll see about this guy. We will see. But McTominay scored. But after that, Coventry started having a bit more possession of the ball. They started getting into the game. Um, Sims probably should have got to a chance. Good cross from Coventry. But funny enough, after Coventry started getting into the game, we scored. And it was just a corner, simple corner. Maguire should really score more headers. And Maguire didn't have a bad game today, to be fair. Maguire had a decent game. Maguire came up with a header, nice header, into the bottom corner, 2-0. That was the first half. The first half you can't really ask. I mean, you could have asked for better. You could have asked for more. But 2-0 up. Coventry weren't really doing anything. I did not expect the game to go as it did. Even though second half we came out, we scored quite early, 58 minutes. We didn't really deserve the goal. You can argue we didn't deserve the goal, but it is what it is. Bruno's deflected shot, Rashford on the left, and once again Rashford. I mean, I think I would change the whole front line if it was up to me. I mean, out of the front three, Rashford is the better out of the three. He is, even though I still think I will still change him, but he's the best out of the front three that we have. But Rashford lost the ball, I think, on the left on the attack, and he just fell to Bruno. I think he just shot deflected bottom corner. I don't think the goalkeeper could have done anything about that at all. 3-0 up, 3-0 up, and you think, boom, it's done. Game, set, match, bada boom, bada bish. I don't know what that means, but yeah, you're ready. Foot up, you're good. You're relaxed. You take out your smoke and you start chilling. 3-0. It's done. 3-0. It's finished. Coventry, it's championship team. You know, managers start making changes. Anthony coming on for Garnacho, who had Garnacho wasn't good today. And like I said, if the standards of Man United were where they should be, Garnacho doesn't start. He just doesn't. So yeah, he made them changes. Anthony, Garnacho, Ericsson, I think came on for Scott. And I know a lot of people are going to say the changes, changed the game. Listen, the goal changed the game, not the changes. And Sims, now, this goal, Coventry's first goal, how do you analyse the first goal? Because I saw the defence and I saw Maguire sort of in the left-back position, close to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What's he doing there? Then you see Casemiro around the penalty box by himself in the middle between two players. You see Dallo in the left-back position trying to sprint back to his position at right back. You see Kobe Mainoo out of position. You're thinking, okay, it's not one of these goals where you can blame one player or one person for the goal at all. Because most people would try to do that. And that's how most goals are analysed. Is this player's fault? Is that player's fault? No, listen, the defending in the whole thing was a hot mess. The defending in general was just non-existent. It was crazy. So I'm not even going to try. It was everybody's fault. Everyone's fault. Good finish, though. Good finish by Sims. It was fully open in the middle. The Red Sea, whatever you want to call it, it parted and he finished nicely. And soon after that, 6 minutes later, O'Hara. It's not O'Hara, but it's O'Hare, I think. Big deflection. I mean, that goal was so weird. Once again, out of nowhere, but we can't complain because we scored a similar goal. Bruno scored a deflected goal that you can argue that we didn't deserve. So who are we to really? We just got to take it, basically. Just take it. Big deflection on that goal. And the way it looped over Onana's head, it seems to me like the whole thing was in slow motion. I almost thought to myself, could Onana had got up? He went down and just watched it loop over his head. And I'm thinking, Just jump up, get up, get up, man. But I don't think he could. I think he dived early. He committed, and yeah, he looped over his head. 3-2. I'm thinking, no. This is not happening. This is not happening. United are not gonna. No. And then 11, 12 minutes later, the game was finishing. 93 minutes. I'm getting ready to spark up. Yeah, getting ready to just relax myself. And Aaron Wan Besizzle wanted to take the pizzle. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Was that a penalty? Because I'm like, hold on a second. He's putting his hands away. He's trying to put his hands behind his back, and you're still going to give it. But at the same time, I get it because his starting position, yeah, the starting position of his hands was like way out here. So, it wasn't like it was here and he's trying to do that. It was. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Was it, what's the rule? Where's the rule about the three feet? If it's like less than 3 feet, you can't give a penalty because you can't move your hand out of the way. Remember that rule? Was that a rule? I'm pretty sure that was a rule. I don't know, man. But it is what it is. Penalty, and man like Righty, the real Righty, not the fake Arsenal one. He scored, man. Penalty. I mean, onana, nowhere near it. Good goal. Good finish. 3-3. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you telling me big Manchester United, yeah, 3-0 up against this idiot? Sorry, it's not. I can't even say that. I can't even say idiot Coventry because they've shown me they're not idiots. They've literally objectively shown me they're not idiots. So this Coventry team, 3-0 up, 58 minutes with like, what, half an hour to go. And you let these men score 3 goals in half an hour. Listen, this manager has to go now. I'm now converted. I've been converted to the Ten Hag out. He has to go. I don't like the way he plays football. I don't like the way he sees football. I don't like the way he manages. I don't like the way he does a lot of things. And when you start saying, hold on a second, what do I like? What do I actually like about this manager? And when you start thinking, hold on a second, nothing, not much. Why do I want him to stay? It don't make sense. You've got to be objective and come out your feelings and say, no, this manager has to go. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, at that time, by then, I think Ahmad had already come on for Rashford, I believe. And yes, I guess 3-3, the game ended 3-3, start off extra time. Extra time went really quickly for me. To be honest, I zoned out a lot of extra time. Nothing, I mean, it was frantic end to end without really many chances being created, except for, I think, Sims. Yes, Sims hit the bar. Onana, I think, tried to claim he got a hand to it. I don't think he did, but Sims hit the bar, and I thought that went in. Yeah, I thought that went in. But yeah, extra time was just really frantic, end to end, as you'd expect, but not really a lot of quality in extra time, to be fair, apart from the fact that it was just frantic, really frantic. Victor Torp thought he scored a goal, but he was ruled out for offside. And when he went to penalties, I was fairly confident that United should really beat this team on penalties. United did. I'm not going to go into the penalties. United all scored their penalties except for Casemiro, who, you know what? I feel sorry for Casemiro. He's been made into another scapegoat for the manager. He's been left out to dry a lot of times. He's often our best player. Today, he was really good today. And even though he missed a penalty, he was still good today. But yeah, he was our best player last season, more or less. And I think he's been made into a scapegoat. So he hasn't always played his best, but who has? Who has? You know? If the whole team is playing badly, you can't just single out one player. You can't. And we do that too often. So I kind of feel sorry. But that penalty, as much as I feel sorry for Casemiro, that penalty was terrible. That penalty was terrible, terrible. It was really bad. I don't think Casemiro lacks a manager. I think our our, our technical players are better players, are world class players, are Casemiro's, are Varane's. You can argue Sancho's, Rashford's. A lot of these players don't like the manager, and you can tell. I think Anthony, even though he's supposed to be the manager's guy, I don't really think he. You can tell there's something there now. You can tell the relationships have been fractured, and I think it's best for Jim to come in and just revamp everything and just get rid of the manager and get a new fresh eyes, fresh pair of eyes on the squad to assess what style of football do we want to play, what kind of footballers do we want, because we do have some good footballers that are not being utilised by this manager because of the style that he wants. Maybe it's the Premier League, I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. But United are through. Good to be happy. We have to be happy because United are through and we're United fans, but we are playing City and we all know how good City are in the final. A repeat of last year's final. I think in any one-off game, as we know, United can beat City. So why not? I don't think we will, but of course we can. It's one game. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. I hope it will be a good final. I don't think it will, to be honest. I think it'll be scrappy. But I hope it's entertaining. I hope we get to see some decent football. But yeah, onwards and upwards. We're coming towards the end of the season. Like I said, I've put some players that are under fire that I haven't really blasted as much as now. Some young players, some favourites. I need a new direction now. I need something fresh to buy into. You know, a lot of these players just need to go. New manager, come in, fresh pair of eyes on the squad. Because one thing I've said, and one thing I've always said last season is, I want to know what the manager has taken from his first season, how he's assessed what is needed to move to the next level, and why. So what has he taken from last season, and what does he think we need to take us to the next level? That is the most important thing, because that lets you into his mentality. It lets you into understanding what he thinks football should be. And when he started saying, I want Mason Mount and other players, I started getting worried. When he started talking about transition football and that's what he wants, I started getting worried. Because these are, for me, against my footballing principles. Of course, you have to be able to transition well when you play football. You know, being able to transition quickly is a good thing, but not. I don't want just transition football. I want you to be able to keep hold of that ball and be technically secure with that ball. Not just, oh, I've got it, hot potato. Let's get it to the striker as quickly as possible. Sometimes that pass isn't on, but keeping the ball is a good thing. Technically efficient players is what I want to see. And it's just a shame that they're being replaced by athletes who can get from A to B very quickly and very efficiently. And that is one. I'm scared that we have already seen that. We don't have number 10s anymore in football. Ronaldinho's, Kakas, the maverick footballers that could go anywhere and do anything on the pitch and create magic. We will never see them again because of you, all of you. That's why we all want to see goals and get goals, and we don't care how they're scored. We just want to win. It's just like life, capitalism. We don't care how. Just output. Give me output. How do you want output? I don't care. Give me output. So the style, the art, the style and the art has gone. It's all system. artistry is vanishing. The artists that play football are not wanted anymore because they don't follow rules. They come out of the boundaries. And with these systems, you need to play within these boundaries. Do you not understand what I'm trying to tell you? Please listen, and you will learn a lot. Stick with this channel, I'm telling you. Anyway, how we do? I up your boy. That's it. Honors and upwards. We're gonna get to the final. We got to the final.